Hi, folks. Welcome to another 10 Talk. I'm excited today. Eric Combs is joining us. Eric is the band director for Richland County Middle School in Olney, Illinois. He's also, which I'm very excited about, the 2020 Illinois Teacher of the Year. And Eric is going to talk about teaching instrumental music band remotely, which is incredible to me since I'm not at all musical and I can't even imagine remotely. So I'm excited to learn from you, Eric. What do you want to tell us about?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here today. And what I'm going to talk about is several resources for teaching band remotely. These are things that I've had to do the last few months since we've gone to remote learning in band. And I'm going to start with one that a lot of music teachers already are aware of, and this is called Smart Music. I was really excited that this was offered for free for the last couple of months, but over the next year, it'll be a really cheap fee for every student. I can give assignments of roughly 10,000 different songs that are on here, and the students can record them and they will show up in my gradebook here. If I click on one of these, I'll hear the recording that the student made for me. But also, students are able to search for just about anything. I really like Harry Potter, so I'm just going to type this in here and we'll see that there's a Harry Potter song that'll pop up, and I can open that up for any instrument, and it just takes a second to load. And whenever it does, I've got the sheet music for that song in front of me. I can hit play and I can hear the background music, and I can record myself. It tells me if I'm playing things correctly or incorrectly, and then I can send those recordings as a student. I can send those to the teacher. So I have found this to be a very helpful way to make assignments and also listen to them.
So they can actually send you the recording. You don't have to go into something to get it.
Right, they just send it straight to the Smart Music platform, and all I have to do is open up the Smart Music platform and I can immediately see that.
Oh, okay, great.
All right, so I am going to show you my second one here. This is something called Flipgrid. Now, I'll say that my wife is also an elementary music director. This is an idea that she gave me. She's been using Flipgrid a whole lot in her classroom, and it's good for flipped classrooms, and we do a flipped band classroom. Here I've recorded a short video showing how to clap a rhythm, and then what a student can do is they can go under actions here and they can record a response, and they can try to play that rhythm back, or I could record a song and then they could respond by playing that song back. So this is a way I can model something through my video and ask the kids to then send a recording showing me the exact same thing. So really cool way to give assignments to kids. That can be used in stuff other than just band. So the teacher can give some instruction and then the kids can play that stuff back to the teacher.
Yeah, I'm actually using that in a class right now where I'm having them make a commercial.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of cool, and they do even cooler stuff than I can imagine. But explain just a little bit. I know you're showing us great stuff, Eric, but when you said you flipped your band classroom, I know that's a longer explanation, but yeah, just a little bit on that.
So in my classroom, every student goes at their own pace, and that means I have a preset group of assignments that I give, but every kid goes through those assignments at their own pace, even when we're doing in-person learning. So you can use something like Flipgrid to give instructions to the kids whenever they need it. So if a kid gets really far ahead, they can just go to Flipgrid and they can hear my little explanation of how to do something without having to wait for the teacher to explain it in class.
Okay.
So that's what we do with Flipgrid. This next one that I am going to show you is something called SignUpGenius. And I just need to share my screen. Now, SignUpGenius is something that I use as a band director because I like to do individual lessons with my students throughout the week, even when we're doing remote learning. Now, that can get very complicated to schedule all of those. So what I've done here is I have a blank sign-up sheet, and the kids have the link to this, and this is for 1 week. And then if a kid wants a lesson, all they have to do is click on the sign up button, add their name to it, and then I get an email as a teacher that says that this person has signed up to have a lesson. And it also tells me if they want to do it through Zoom or Google Meets, or if we're just going to do it over FaceTime. And that's a good way to do private lessons as an instrumental music teacher throughout the week.
Oh, okay. I never really thought of using it. I mean, I've seen SignUpGenius, of course, but that's that's an interesting use for them to be able to get to you, almost like an office hour, although it's an individual lesson.
And the other great thing about it is you can have flexible hours. So like one day I was going to be on from 10 to 11. And so I just didn't put that time in there for that particular Tuesday. But also what I did as a teacher, since I know that a lot of people aren't available during the day while we were doing remote learning, I had some days where I was having office hours of an evening and just whatever worked for my schedule and giving the kids a variety of times that they could sign up for.
And parents, which is kind of cool.
Exactly.
They want to be involved. Yeah.
With remote learning, you got to remember that parents' schedules are kind of crazy, so you got to work around that. This next one I'm going to show you is Google Sites. I love Google Sites because it's so easy to use. What you're seeing here is just a list of my different sites that I have. I have my own personal one. I have one called Educator Share. I've got another one here that's called RCMS Bands, and this is one I share with the students. And it's just a website creator. You can put in pictures, you can put in tabs, like I can put in my calendar for the year. I've got stuff, I've got programs from past concerts. What I did whenever we were doing remote learning is I had extra tabs on here for signing up for their times. I also had a tab on there for doing things like giving individual assignments out to kids, so they can contact me. And I found this to be a really great way to keep in contact with the kids. To make a new page, all you got to do is click on the plus sign down here, and you will type in the name of it, and it'll pop up as a tab right here, and then you just publish it.
I was going to say, is it an easy website creator?
It is an extremely easy website creator. I mean, you go in here and you type what you want, and you hit publish, and then all you have to do is share the website address with the kids and the parents. It's so easy. And you can put all your information in one spot. And I started actually using this before we were doing remote learning because it's just how I keep everybody up to date on what's going on with our program. All right, I've got one more. This is a QR codes that I want to share. So I have a website that I go to right here. It's called the/QR code/generator.com. And you can type in anything you want. Like I'm going to put google.com right here. And you can see as I'm typing, the QR code right here is changing. Okay. And then it makes a QR code for anything. You can link it to websites, to videos. I make a lot of videos and I upload them to that Google Sites that I just showed you. And then I can put the link to those videos right here and generate a QR code. So what I do with those codes for music is, I'm gonna quit sharing my screen for a moment here. I like to go in and put my QR codes on the actual music so that the kids can then take a phone, and all you have to do is have a smartphone camera app or a QR code reader on something like an Android phone. And if a kid scans each one of these, they're going to hear the music from that line. And so like this is some audition music for a district festival that we have. And this way I don't have to sit next to the kid to play the music for them to show them how it goes. They can take it home and say, how does line 2 go? And they just have to point their camera at that. No special knowledge there. Point a camera at it and it'll play line 2 for them. So that's a good way to teach students how different things go in music without a teacher being present.
That's amazing potential in that for lots of reasons. I mean, you could even put describing the music, teaching them whatever is new in that piece of music, and then you could demonstrate it. Another QR code next at the end of the line could be you demonstrating it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could even have it different instrument. I mean, there's just a million things that you could do with that. And especially in, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, with the QR code, they would need Wi-Fi for the QR code for their phone to read it because you're linking to a video. But right. It is something that the teacher doesn't necessarily have to be online synchronously telling them to go to this site or do this thing, and it could be something sent home, except for the fact that they need the reader.
Exactly. Yeah, and it has implications past band as well. I was personally thinking it'd be great if somebody like, say, a second grade math teacher would have just a little short 2 or 3 minute explanation on how to do the problems for the parents, even for the parents that are helping at home, just put it right there on the top of the math sheet, and then you can see the teacher explaining exactly what needs to be done for that. So for me, it's a great way to, like you said, put videos in with things with teacher explanation, and it could be links to anything for any worksheet.
Well, and we all know how to embed links, and we can link it anywhere, but using the QR code, it seems a little more easier to put the information right where the teacher is being perceptive and thinking, this is where they're probably going to have the question.
Exactly. Yeah.
As opposed to overall. Yeah. Yeah. Which I think parents would love that. I mean, from what we've been hearing. Yeah, Eric, thank you. These have been great. I mean, I never would have imagined actually the music is one of those things that I think, my goodness, how do you do that remotely? How do we keep that going? And, it sounds like you were able to do that in the spring, and you're headed into fall as well. Even the music I saw, a lot of people saw the videos people were putting on and it would be 24 and I mean, lots of people in a Zoom call actually performing. And that was amazing to me.
Yeah. And we're going to put some links to this video also for showing how to do some of those things, some of the resources for making those videos.
Oh, that would be great. We'll put those in our top 10 list for this. Yeah, that would be great. And by the way, speaking of our top 10 list, everything that Eric has talked about will be in the top 10 list. So grab those. And as he said, he's even going to have some more things in there for ways to do this remotely as we all head into this fall. So Eric, thank you.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.